Welcome. Today we're going to learn integration by substitution when you have u in the denominator. So here's an example where u winds up in the denominator after we've made that substitution. So we have an integral, and if you look at this particular integral, the denominator is really the more complicated part, okay? And it's also in parentheses, so there's a good chance we're going to be replacing that with u. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So let's go, item 1 is our integral. And as I said, that denominator is kind of messy. It also happens to be in parentheses. It doesn't have to be, but it is. But I think we're going to designate that as u and see what happens. So if you go to item 2, u is 3x squared plus 1. And as I've been saying in my other videos, next step would be take the derivative. So item 3, du is 6x dx. Of course, the derivative of 1 is 0 because it's a constant. Okay, so what are we going to do with all this? Now, go back to item 1. So, if you follow the 3x squared plus 1 arrow, okay, the white arrow, follow that down, you can see we've just simply replaced that with u in the denominator. So the whole denominator, that messy denominator, it's simply u now, which is great. But we have to replace everything else. So let's go back to item 1. And see what's left. Well, what's left is in the black circles, the 6x dx. And if you follow the black arrow down, you'll find that they wound up being replaced with du. And how do we know that? Well, go to item 3. du is 6x dx. That's what allows us to do that. Now, don't forget, we still have, the numerator doesn't completely disappear, okay? When you get rid of the 6x dx, you're left with 1 in the numerator. Okay, so that's why in item 4 you wind up with the integral of 1 over u du. And you can see that item 4 is certainly a lot simpler integral than what you had in item 1. So, item 1, original function. Item 4, a simplified function in terms of u. But as usual, we have to still integrate. What we've done between 1 and 4 is rewrite. We haven't integrated. You move to item 5, now we integrate. Now, you do have to know the rule. The rule says the integral of 1 over u is the natural log of the absolute value of u, plus c, of course, because it is an indefinite integral. And if you know that rule, you're good to go. Then in item 6, we substitute back. Again, we have to replace u back in terms of x, and we know what that replacement is because we've already shown that in item 2. So you make that substitution back and you're good to go. And that's integration by substitution where you have that u in the denominator. Now go practice, practice, and practice some more.